This is how these dudes don't know how to equate things.
Hi, I'm Eric Johnson, Lunas Conrad, here to share with you a story about investigation and why it matters for you and for me. So when I was a kid, my dad liked to drink beer a lot, and we would go on road trips, and he would pour beer into, like, a soda can. And then I would be a little kid in the back seat, and I would be thirsty, and I would grab the Coke can, and I'd say, oh boy, I'm gonna drink this Coca-Cola now, and I'd start drinking it, and then realize that it was beer, and my child's tongue rejected it in disgust, and I spit it out, and I said, Dad, why did you put beer in this Coke can? And he said, so the police don't see me drinking a beer while I'm driving. Don't do this, by the way. This is very illegal and irresponsible. But that's what my dad did back in the 90s. And it was an important lesson to me that we should always investigate things. I should have at least done.
This is what Marx discovered. As opposed to the capitalist, you see. The capitalist would look at a big plastic jug on the ground, says motor oil. And they would say, oh, I bet there's water in here. And then they would drink the motor oil. But tragically, the capitalist doesn't believe in empirical experience. So the capitalist, when tasting motor oil, continues to drink, thinking, wow, this is some odd water.
How is that the same shit as what he said? The can that the dude, that this comrade guy said Pepsi on it, or soda. He drank it thinking it was fucking Pepsi. Drank it, turned out to be beer. The can in question with Vaush is fucking explaining is that the can says oil. Why would you think that there's water in it? Wouldn't you investigate it first? Then wouldn't whatever they're saying come into play? Is if you say that the shit says oil, you don't want to drink oil, but there could be thousands and gallons of water in it. But just because the side of the can says oil, you never open it. That's the implications that I am getting. What the fuck? Oh shit! Not fucking being a stupid moron and being like, "Oh, this shit says poison. Why don't I drink a poison? It might be water." No, this shit says poison. This shit says fucking poison. Holy fucking shit! Where do you get off with these things? But let's. Oh god.
This is some strange water. You know, the capitalist, while smashing their cock and balls into a paste with a hammer, you know, they think this hurts tremendously. However, I understand that what I'm doing right now, which is...
How does that equate, bro? How does that equate of knowing and not knowing? Unless you have some weird fixation of banging your nuts. Where does those two things equate between knowing and not knowing? You make no fucking sense, bro. None at fucking all. That shit is stupid. Holy hell. Holy fucking hell. But we're going with
getting some water from the fridge and having a drink is going well. Because I don't recognize the validity of empirical evidence, and I don't believe in investigation. You know, I just knocked my own earbuds out. By the way, you guys think I'm joking, but this is legitimately the position that they're assigning.
What does that mean?
To other people what any of that in this video. I didn't realize this video got this psychotic. How the fuck do you guys tell me that I need to read theory?
When all he said was, before you sign a contract that says we'll give you $1 million, make sure that contract doesn't say, I'm taking your kidneys. You know what I'm saying? Holy fucking shit. Or before you buy something, make sure that the expiration date is, you know what I'm saying? It's not past due. It's not past the expiration date. Holy fucking shit, dog. This is what I'm saying. It's like, these motherfuckers want, I mean, yeah, I guess fucking common knowledge is common knowledge, but you're saying, oh, I'm trying to bang my nuts. I'm wondering why my water's not coming. That's I don't know what logic is that? What fucking logic is that? To fucking, you know, you picking up a can thinking that there's something in it. We've all done this. Nobody's picking up a can before and drunk something with cigarettes in it. It's making me gag just thinking about the shit, bro. Or doing, oh my fucking god. Like, but I'm sorry, Vaush. You can equate, I guess, anything. I guess you can equate anything.
A sniff test of the Coca-Cola before drinking.
Yeah, sniff test.
So the moral of this story, besides don't drink and drive, which you should never do, is don't just trust appearances. Investigate fully and deeply from every angle.
Thoroughly, yes.
And don't judge a book dialectically by its cover alone. And by book, I mean beverage. And by cover, I mean can. Because you never know when your dad is drinking and driving.
Makes sense.
And he poured a beer.
It makes sense.
Into a Coke can.
I mean,
let me tell you a...
I don't know what freaking dialectical materialism is, but I mean, these are all sound advice. This is real good sound advice. It's almost a look before you leap type shit. You know what I mean? Look at the bathroom signs before you walk into it. Fucking A. If you're curious about your diet, read the nutrition. The fact, like, holy fuck. Again, I don't know what their theories are. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just theories. It seems like thought that everybody would have. You read the shit on Marxists and they're sitting there like, yo, this shit sounds like all common sense. These niggas just made money making books. Like L. Ron Hubbard. This dude's the greatest L. Ron Hubbard ever.
Once upon a time, there were 5 blind fortune tellers. They were all friends. And one day, they heard that a circus is coming to their town. And they bring an elephant. All 5 fortune tellers are very excited because all of them never met an elephant before. So when the circus came, they gave the guy who takes care of the elephant some money. And he will allow them...
Imagine hearing that
everything else before this
and being blind.
That's what she's going for. Yeah, so... Imagine... no, imagine. Don't imagine anything. This whole video, fucking the thousands of hours of it, the majority of this dude not telling, it's just basically just her not telling anything that he believes is factual. Or he thinks that everything she's saying is wrong because he don't like her. And so he is not a Vietnamese fucking communist. He is an American communist, I believe. Fucking contradiction words, yo. Fucking like we don't have communist ideals in this U.S. of A. It's just Vaush would never have to deal with the real communist shit. But whatever. Because you know we can all wish for homes for everybody till fucking heavens open. Well, we're wondering when fucking a lot of the politicians will give up their $100,000 salaries. That's. Get mad at fucking Elon for fucking making money off of ideas. And yeah, he wants it. Yeah, that shit's bananas. But the beginning of this shit is just him hating on homegirl. This is
like, how do you know it's not just some dude making noises and they just like used a blow dryer to heat up like some fucking some, like, I don't know what's like a really leathery, like some hippo flesh or something.
Funny because he gets what she's saying. He gets what she's saying.
Them to touch the elephant.
See, these all sound like just ideas that you come up when you're high. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how would you know if something is something when you're blind? You know, like, how would you know? You go to like the zoo. It's like you really can't touch all the animals. So it's like you just hear a fucking roar. You're like, yep, that's a monkey. How does that work? These are all these dudes' questions are. He's having the conversations that her theory is, but he won't get it.
First fortune teller touches the nose, the second one touches the ivory, the third one touches the lip, the fourth one touches the ear, and the last one touches the tail. After touching really carefully, they all came up with their conclusion. The first fortune teller said, I thought the elephant was very special, but it's just like a big leech. The second one said, I don't think it's like a leech at all. I think it's like a big hard wooden stick. The third one said, no, it feels like a big hand fan. The fourth one, you're all wrong. I touched it, and it feels exactly like a wooden column. The last fortune teller said, all 4 of you are wrong. I felt one side which is very furry. It's exactly like a broom. All 5 fortune tellers don't agree with each other because each of them have their own evidence that they believe.
But what's crazy is, what he could be asking is, well, why didn't any of them ask what part do you think that they was touching? Like, what were you touching? What part were you touching? Where were you at? It's like, oh, I don't know. You never asked any questions. There's a lot, like, that whole story is just full of plot holes, yo. It's like you don't ask the guy, like, yeah, what part of the fucking elephant am I touching? So you ask no questions. You just like, yeah, you'll touch this elephant. It's like, is it going to eat me? Will it sit down on me? Is it going to get startled and start stomping everywhere? Like, there's so many things you can ask about, you can say about this story. But
Then they
Vaush
argue and beat each other up.
those
The end of the story. So what's the lesson from this story? The lesson is, before making any conclusion or judgment, we have to check and see all the aspects of a thing or a problem. Lack of knowledge will bring divine thoughts and wrong conclusions. And to me, there's also another lesson. There are always people who don't know what they are talking about, but always act like they know the best. Don't be...
This is a good proverb if you can actually understand what she's saying. Yeah, guys, there's nothing wrong with the proverb here. It just has, and I gotta be totally clear about this, literally nothing to do with dialectical materialism. Zero things. Nothing. There's no relationship whatsoever between those two things, okay? It's completely irrelevant.
How
Might
to
as well have
think
been a
like a
tangent on ideal fucking
Vietnamese
League of Legends
communist.
build orders for Ash or whatever. Like,
Don't
that
get
would be equally
shitty
relevant
on
in
her.
every
Get
way.
shitty on her.
If we had just seen
books.
like a 3-minute fucking a segment from a Breaking Bad episode, that would have been as relevant and probably more entertaining because it's a good show.
What does that mean?
One of them, okay? Seeing things comprehensively is very important, but it is not enough. We also have to see and investigate their whole developing process in different points of time. This is called historical viewpoint, and it is the second principle of materialist dialectic.
It's just it's funny because when they did Wikipedia, it does seem like, I don't know, his shit when that dude tweeted the other thing to me. That word that he tweeted seems like the opposite of what this is, or it's what that believes, and it's that fucking you can't learn experience off of feelings. I'm guessing alone. I mean, from sensory, I should say. Like those five, like I guess the fortune teller shit. It's almost like you need your 5 senses. But I guess it's beyond that though. It's like, you know, you actually get. It's almost like fucking your dreams. You have nightmares, or your body will fucking, I guess, fucking, you know, prepare you for Freddy Krueger when you wake up, or something of that caliber. I really don't like. That's why you really can't get into other people's theories, because especially if they're not putting any of these theories into practice. And it's like the only seems the way that you can do these theories is you have a whole fucking group experiment like Fallout or some shit. You know what I mean? Like to do what they're talking about, where like what she says in this shit, you know, a system where, you know, there's no class is better than the other class. Vaush will sit there and say like, oh, how can that be if there's no class? How can it be no class if there is no classes? Well, you still have to have hunters and gatherers. You still got to have medical. You still got to have people that make up rules. You'll have people like you who don't, you know, really do much. They expect those to provide for him off of whatever this knowledge is he's trying to display. Yeah, so even though that you don't work as hard as I do, you know, we still get paid the same. Which, I mean, granted, I know you make more money than I do. I still don't think that would be right. You know what I mean? It's only that I could still make wealth other ways opposed to you just sitting there, you know, streaming for 12 hours a day. Where I only work 8 hours a day and I get paid from I get paid from the government. Or I get paid. We'll just say I get paid. You feel me? Whereas, again, like I said, you sit there, wait for, you know, donations and, you know, super chats and subscribers or members or whatever, like, and then remember, these people get money off of the guys you don't like. You know what I mean? Not even off the guys that like through the guys, like you pay Elon, you pay fucking Jeff Bezos to pay Vaush, or you pay whoever the fuck makes Google to pay fucking YouTube to pay Vaush. And for some reason, you guys are all okay with that. It's almost like, oh, just give my money away. That whatever that bullshit means. No, it's not what that means. It means, what do you do besides trying to use other people's donations? Oh, I'm rambling about something totally fucking different opposed to this shit. It's just the salt. There goes the salt, yo. It's just sprinkling on out there. But it's well deserved. It's well dished. Because this shit's dry and there's really no sauce to it. It's just a lot of, I mean, it's salt mixed with salt. Like, my shit is sea salt. This nigga shit straight from, my brother said all salts. It's all salt, sea salt. Holy shit, yo. Oh, man. Yeah. My shit's from the sea and his shit's from fucking, I don't know, Arizona somewhere. I don't know where else it comes from. Fucking Guatemala. Anywho. The shit's just crazy. Whereas this dude's just thinking that he knows what her version of Vietnam communism is, intro into dialectical materialism. But she's wrong. I mean, he could easily be like, well, no, that's not how it is in our view. Our view is this. Which he really, I mean, I don't know. He might
As I mentioned earlier, everything always changes and develops. That's why when we learn about anything, we have to...
Would that story work as an analogy for postmodernism? Funnily enough, yes. That story actually would work as an analogy for postmodernism, which is funny because a postmodernist would kill themselves if they experienced but a fraction of this video, okay? This video is like the glaring beam of a high-powered UV light to an albino person, okay? This video is like a gallon bag full of lime juice to a person who's just skinned their entire leg falling down like concrete stairs, okay? So will never be...
If you watch her video, all it sounds like is materialization, dog. It sounds like a fucking a self-help seminar. I don't know why he hasn't recognized it, but yeah, no, that's all it is. It's like, yo, if you see yourself doing it, you can do it. You know what I mean? If you can see yourself going through college, struggling to go through college, or you know, if you can power your way through something, you can do it. Just see your way through it. It's a vision. This motherfucker just saying like, oh no, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. Even when they were saying the other shit like, oh, you know, it even works through political ways. You think, all right, yeah, no, I can see that. Somebody like Vaush will say, we'll go basic mime shit. We won't go full church shit. You know what I mean? We'll go straight fucking YouTube, bottom of the barrel, political fucking commentary, material. Vaush fucking went to school for audiovisual and then I guess fucking psychology to become a YouTube fucking left-wing political mediator or whatever you call them shits. Commentator. Because we know it's not real news. It's just feelings. It's all feelings. Tabloid shit. It's Esquire to the negative degree, to the lowest fucking degree, fucking lowest degree. You can see it in this video. You can see it in this fucking video. It's nothing but low hate, fucking him iterating what fucking his feeling is about Vietnam fucking communism. Like she's wrong about it, and he knows the real Vietnamese communism. He's not even saying that these two are different. He's just saying that she's wrong about what she's saying. This is fucking outlandish, dog. It is fucking outlandish. And then again, that's all he can say is, oh, this shit is like drinking bleach on a hot day. That's all he can say about this shit, dog. All he can say about this chick doing some sort of self-help video, bro. That's all what her Marxism fucking communism
able to test like. This, except wait.
Opposed to earlier when it was saying that, you know, the first thing was, which just seems like a fucking revolution. I don't know, like, yeah, if a group of people are hungry and there's food on the other side of the thing, and they don't want to give us food, we'll go over there and take your food. And then they said that they started getting iller with it, stealing weapons and growing into a nation. How nations usually start. You know what I mean? And then I don't know about these other new religions coming in, because it's all philosophy. You know what I mean? Nothing ever seems to be put into practice.
I consider myself a postmodernist. You're exaggerating? No, I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, I feel like I have to re-examine my priors every time I watch something like this, because, you know, my convictions are strong, but anti-natalism gets increasingly difficult to argue against every time I suffer through something like this. Jesus, fuck.
Also learn and understand their processes of development. For example, I am looking at this beautiful flower, but is it always a flower like this? Nope. It was a seed, then it became a sapling, then a full plant, then a flower is now. It will die and decay in the future. Understanding the whole development of this flower makes me respect its beauty more, makes me value it more. In my next video, we will talk more about this changing process, which...
She just sounds like she's talking fucking philosophy. Like, it really is. You know what I mean? It's like the cycles of life. You can say a riddle next year. Fucking. I once walked on 4 feet. Then I walked on 2 feet. Then I walked on 3 feet. Like, what the fuck? Like, these are things that you just, again, common sense. We know that a fucking, like, these are child thoughts that the child asks these questions, like, where do fruits come from? Well, you know, we plant those seeds. They come from, the seeds grow to a nice tree, and those trees develop fruit. And then when they're ripe, they fall off. And then the cycle fucking continues itself. Nobody just walks out and is like, that always was. That always existed. Unless it's a crack or something. Well, no, then even then it's like, you know, that just happened a couple of days ago. I don't know what caused it. Or you do know what caused it. And that's what she's talking about. That, like, holy fucking shit. It's like, yo, her whole video is basic fucking observation. It just seems like all it is observation. And what you want to imply is that it's observations when you're talking with somebody else. I'm guessing that's where the fucking dialectical shit comes from. It's like, let's say you're trying to get me to subscribe to your channel. You feel me? You're going to want to sit here and say things, I guess, that I like. And if I like it or not, I am going to subscribe to your material. I figure that's what that is. But no, you think that it's something else, yet you don't, I don't know.
Massifies using qualities and quantities. But I think that's too complicated to cover in this introductory video. If you're really interested and can't wait for part 2, I will link to a video in the description which Eli already did on this subject. Now let me tell you a true story. It's about my comrade, American Johnson, the guy whose dad drinks beer on road trips. 10 years ago, he was a right-wing libertarian and a filthy capitalist. Sorry, Jay. Now he's an anarcho-communist, a true comrade. So, is he good or bad? You can't have the right answer because, in this point of time, he's a good comrade, but in his past, he was a dirty, dirty capitalist. So, instead of essentializing him into one simple conclusion, we have to see EJ as a whole.
We gotta let your people know that shit, this shit, right now. Anybody that screams that they're against capitalism, that is on fucking YouTube trying to scream that shit, is fucking lying to you. You know what I mean? If they ever asked you to fucking subscribe to their shit, if they ever sat there and accepted a fucking thing. Because then you ask yourself, hey, what are you doing with all that? Are you throwing it in a savings account? Do you just spend it all so that you have nothing at the end of the year? Remember, this dude's net worth is at least, like, I want to say 600K. 600K a year. You feel me? You fucking feel me? This dude's fucking shit is 600 or something K a year. You don't think none of that shit's getting saved or invested? But yet he'll sit there and tell you, like, oh, Elon Musk and these people are fucking evil for cultivating money and hoarding it. When I bet you they're doing the exact same shit. Exact same fucking thing. They want you to believe some old other shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to let Vaush continue to be a Vietnamese communist female. Oh, no, my fault. A strong female Vietnamese communist. Go ahead,
Developing process. Essentializing him or anybody is meaningless, and you can't learn anything from other people if you do that. By looking at the changing of his life, we can learn from good decisions that he made, such as why and how he became a leftist. And we also can learn from his mistakes and bad decisions, such as why he fell into libertarian ideology and why he was a capitalist for 10 years. These two principles are very important in real life. If we look at them as a chart, the comprehensive viewpoint with the Y line and the historical viewpoint with the X line. The X line shows the timeline of the development. The Y line shows the different aspects. If you connect every aspect with every point of time, you can draw a diagram of the development of a thing. So instead of seeing a thing as just a dot like this, now you see the whole of its diagram. Isn't that cool? Yeah, materialist dialectics have you have a deeper look, a deeper...
Before Marx, nobody knew how time works.
Understanding at everything, especially human.
He really was a good guy.
It will become your mindset that makes you always want to investigate before giving any conclusion or judgment. And I believe it would help you avoid a lot of mistakes in real life and also help you avoid many shitty takes on Twitter. Serious.
It's funny, because this is where that is... You'll catch fucking... This shit happening to such villains as Actual Jake. These chicks will be calling these... I'm sorry, my fault. These ladies of the internet, ladies of the internet, yo. Ladies of the net, yo. Holy shit. Oh, man, these ladies of the net, right? They call these niggas out in real time, yo. In real time.
Every day I see so many hot takes from online people, especially content creators, who try to act like they know.
Hold on. My fault, girl. Let you rock, yo. Here. Yeah, do that shit as this dude's being a child.
In real life, and also have you avoid many shitty takes on Twitter. Seriously, every day I see so many hot takes from online people, especially content creators, who try to act like they know the best. And when people try to reason with them, they dismiss all the arguments and think everybody is stupid. I do believe that you need to be really ignorant to think you know better than everyone else.
Is that racist? Wait, how the fuck was that racist? Can I get in trouble for it? What the fuck? I've been putting my head in the... Shut up, what? Shut up.
So, in summary, the materialist dialectics is a method of reflecting the real world in humans' minds. The most basic law of this method is to understand things in their relationship with other things in their own...
I'm white-facing a POC. I'm whitewashing.
Movement and development, and we also have to check and view all aspects of the thing before making any conclusion or judgment about that thing. This method of thinking is very, very important for all of us, especially leftists. It helps us avoid meaningless arguments such as, was Stalin good or bad? Was Mao good or bad? Was Marx racist or not racist? To me, it's just a waste of time if we fall into this kind of argument. A person could be good in this aspect, but be bad in other aspects. A person could be wrong in this part of his life, but also right in other parts of his life. Marx was racist against Mexicans and black people. DJ made a really good video about this topic in his channel. I was also in that video talking about Marx and Ho Chi Minh. If you want to learn more about it, the link is in the description.
He doesn't even care about
to me, the fact that Marx was racist doesn't affect the value of Marxism at all. Marxism is not a racist ideology. In fact, Marxism helps free oppressed people of all races and build a better society for everyone. Another example that I want to mention is Stalin. He had many wrong decisions in his life, but we also have to appreciate what he did to help the USSR, such as fighting the Nazi in the 30s and the 40s. The USSR was in...
That's up there with the you know who killed Hitler argument. Yeah, Stalin was a mixed bag. I remember when Stalin tried to ally with the Nazis, and then Hitler rejected the alliance because Stalin was too land grabby, and then Stalin just ended up doing the non-aggression pact.
He was there the whole time. He was there when the Nazis and fucking they... God damn it, I got no weed left. This sucks. This sucks. Fucking A. I don't even want to continue this video now. God damn it. Alright, let's power through this.
And then later, that only
get to
changed
when
Hitler invaded Stalin. If Hitler had kept his eyes on the Western Front, I'm pretty sure Stalin would have stayed in line for a while.
Instrumental to the victory of the world against fascism. You can't deny the role of Stalin in that victory. Now, I know that many people had called me Stalin apologist for saying that. Well, let me tell you this, I am not. And after this lesson about dialectical materialism, I hope that you will change your mind about that. I don't agree with people who said Stalin was bad and we shouldn't care.
After this lesson, so people before accused her of being a Stalin apologist. She's asking if this video is just a... Now I just think you're a Hitler apologist. I don't know. You haven't made that argument, but this whole video is like a magic eye puzzle. You know what I mean? If you squint, you can see pretty much anything in it, and that's what I'm reading right now. So good luck with that.
I'll learn about him because he actually made the USSR strong militarily and helped the world defeat fascism. I also don't agree with people who believe Stalin did nothing wrong, because it's so obvious that he did many things wrong, including cheating Ho Chi Minh badly. He thought Ho Chi Minh was a spy from a capitalist country and didn't believe Vietnam could win against France. And Stalin refused to support Vietnam, which obviously pisses me off.
I mean, she is, but that doesn't
mean I want
to... the only fucking thing she has on stuff.
What's nuts is if she's really pissed off, yo. I don't... What? That does not look like the face of a pissed off person, yo. It looks like the face of fucking... I don't know. That doesn't look like a pissed off face. She fucking hides that shit well.
Stalin is that...
Scary.
Stalin didn't do enough for the country she's been brainwashed by. Oh my God.
Damn it.
Waste all my time arguing about whether Stalin was essentially good or essentially bad. What a waste of time. Speaking of Ho Chi Minh, the great leader of Vietnam, He also made mistakes. In my opinion, his most serious mistake was the land reforms in the 50s. My family members were victims, so I do know about that very well. In the early 1950s, the north of Vietnam wanted to build a communist society while we were fighting against France. Ho Chi Minh wanted to redistribute the farmland so everyone would have their own farm, their own means of production. My family was super rich back then. We were landlords for maybe 100 years, and we owned shitload of land. The communists in my grandparents' village implemented that order in a horrible way. They took everything from my grandparents, even the shirt on my grandma's body. They tortured my grandpa for days in the big yard of the village. All the peasants who worked for my grandparents took the chance to get revenge too. It was a very traumatizing memory for both of my grandparents. So in 1956, Ho Chi Minh realized what he did wrong and immediately fixed it. In our National Assembly in the same year, he cried and apologized to the whole nation. My family understood that his original order was not that brutal. Ho Chi Minh just wanted to take the land of rich people and give it to poor people, so everybody could have equal divisions of land.
He did a YouTuber apology.
Right into his laugh. Right into his laugh.
You mean loading up the video, all lowercase.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
All lowercase.
No apostrophe between the I and the M. I didn't want to have to make this video.
He's laughing about homeboy. He's laughing about homeboy.
I didn't want to have to make this public ad.
Exactly. Laughing about dude.
No, right? No. This public address is demonetized, guys.
Okay. I'd be laughing along too if it wasn't, like I said, ingenuous. All right, yeah, that was funny.
But he didn't predict that the local communists and local peasants would take everything and even torture those rich people.
He should have factored in the material conditions.
That right there. He is laughing at her grandparents. You feel me? Back at her. This shit's all going back at her because he doesn't like her. Which that's why I said in said tweets, if you don't like the girl, just say that shit, dog. Yo. Just say like, yeah, we laughed at that shit was fucking hilarious, bro. Dude was making jokes. I started laughing. I'm sorry that if he cared that her grandparents, he just said, I'm sorry that your grandparents was in the middle of all that. I'm sorry. But no, you were wrong. You're only showing part of the video. Not the whole video, just part of the video. Like, holy shit, dog. Okay. And then, like I said, all right, well, cool. Can I look at the video? I'm glad I didn't have to search deep. Glad I did not have to search deep. Because, yeah, it was right there, clear as day. Black and white, clear as crystal, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. You think fucking cringe shit isn't laughter, dog? You laugh at cringy shit, dog, and you do that shit like, oh, he was doing that. Don't let that fucking beard, the mustache covering his mouth and everything fool you, bro. That's why he went right into that shit. Or if not, he's just reading this chat and laughing off of that. And then, he should have fucking got into his dialectal material. Yeah.
Ironically, though.
My fault.
Ho Chi Minh found out what was happening. He immediately asked for the release of all people under arrest or being tortured and gave the house and a piece of land back to my family. Now, many of my family members are communists and even vote for the local government. That said, the mistake Ho Chi Minh made doesn't affect the value of Ho Chi Minh thought. And it doesn't dismiss all the sacrifice he made for Vietnam. Vietnamese people still love him and respect him as a human. But Ho Chi Minh is not a symbol of perfection. No one is. Some people say that because Marx was sexist, Marxism must be sexist. Well, in our very first democratic election in 1945, Ho Chi Minh, a Marxist, immediately pushed the idea that women should be allowed to vote. There was no question, no argument against that at all. And since then, Vietnamese women always have had rights to vote. Well, it is true.
Oh, by the way, guys, I want to clarify. I actually think that Ho Chi Minh is one of the best revolutionary leaders of the 20th century. I'm not joking when I say that. Everything that...
And then, if I'm not mistaken, did he not just praise for everybody who was saying to me, like, yay that this dude treated everybody bad, fucking the dictator too, not the people that fucking ransacked the leader that let them do it, not the people that did it, the people that the person that basically turned a blind eye, he said, yeah, you know what, you guys do what you're gonna do. The people that did it, that dude. Vaush is also saying that he likes him. Vaush is also saying that he likes him. That's what that is.
I've read about the guy. I genuinely do think that I mean, being a revolutionary leader is a dirty fucking job, and you know, I think that you know,
ideals?
Given the thing, I think the real problem, the modern Vietnamese government has produced little
ideals.
fucking stepchild bastard children like Illinois here who have bastardized his legacy.
Ideas.
Oh yeah, dude, this is totally Ho Chi Minh's market reforms, bro.
I don't know any of his ideas.
This is Ho Chi Minh's.
No idea. Just learned of the guy today. He's a great leader, but it sucks that the
authoritarian government with market reforms and a stock market and foreign capital investment being led around by a fucking carrot.
And it doesn't mean all Marxists are sexist. Ho Chi Minh did exactly what dialectical materialism taught him to do. Learn the good and avoid the bad. Dialectical materialism has
as opposed to pre-dialectical materialist philosophers who heartily embraced the bad and avoided the good. You know, that was really a big step up for the world when they figured that one out. You know, when they mathed that one out. Hey guys, why do we? It goes back to that time that I just pulverized my cock and balls with a ball peen hammer. You know, if only I'd been a dialectic materialist, I could have realized that I should stop doing the bad thing and should start doing a good thing instead.
What?
Does avoid useless arguments and focus on finding the bad.
Again, that analogy makes no fucking sense, bro. In any fucking situation opposed to this video. We're not even opposed to this video. In this video. Directly to this video. I don't know what opposed means apparently. But to this video, you smashing your balls has no relevance to anything in this video, bro. If you're smashing your balls, I guess you should, people like what you young kids are saying now, you should go eat grass. If for some reason you think that bashing your balls at a fucking, I'm sorry, you're younger than homegirl's what, 29? They were saying on Twitter. Fucking, so you're younger than her, so I guess since you're a boy, you're fucking young and naive. So you think that bashing your balls results in bringing water? That's stupid. That is stupid to think that, but not think that as a 6-7-year-old boy, you see a can of soda on the table that's probably even sweating a little bit, to think that that's probably fucking just soda in there. It could be everything from water to fucking, like he found out beer. Or it could have had fucking cigarettes in the fucking thing, dog. Or anything, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. You're trying to equate the known to the unknown. Holy fuck, unless you like pain. Unless you don't mind the fucking pain of your balls being smashed with a fucking hammer and expecting water to come. Until I guess somebody who's walking by being like, yo, that's strenuous to watch, dude. You doing all that for water? Let me go get you some fucking water. Because I don't want to see you keep bashing your balls in. This is dumb, dog. This is the dumbest shit. Like, who is fucking... Oh, my God, yo. And again, I advocate for fucking... There's a fate worse than death. You know what I mean? You say something bad, and I'm like, damn, well, shit. Probably the fate worse than death. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, dog, yo. Could always be worse. My fault. That's not what it is. Could always be worse. Holy fucking hell, dog. But my man really said...
solutions for the problems we are coping with. We learn from good ideas and also learn from mistakes that we and other people make. Dialectical materialism helps us build a better version of ourselves. I admit, it's hard to learn.
Build a better version of ourselves. She's literally selling dialectic materialism as a self-help philosophy. Again, guys, saying that you can use dialectic materialism to build yourself or to do this in your life or whatever is literally like saying, I'm trying to think of a good example of this. It'd be like use structural functionalism to understand.
It's like saying if you believe it, you can do it. If you build it, they will come. That's what he could have said. But he's gonna go rambling.
It's like use Keynesian economics to do better for yourself. Like what the fuck do you mean? What
do you mean?
Yeah, like critical race theory. Yeah, like critical race theory. Like you employ critical race theory. No, it's a way of understanding the world. The way you understand the world can help inform some of your decisions. But the point of dialectical materialism is that it's a descriptive study of the way people already behave. That you could.
Damn. So this dude just wants his version of what she's saying to be. You see the world as it is, and there's no way you can change it, or there's no way that you can involve yourself in it. Because it seems like she's saying is that, all right, you want a cell phone, you see yourself getting a cell phone. How do you see yourself getting said cell phone? You know what I mean? This is just, I guess, as the material, as you guys see as a material. So the way I see somebody getting a cell phone is, they try to figure out a way to get money. I guess there's dozens of choices. You know what I mean? Even though you people don't see it, you can go on Indeed, find a job there. You could, I don't know if you're that much of a hustler, you can go house to house, stealing bottles and cans out of the recycling shits. That'll probably get you a pretty penny. You can get little odd jobs. Or you can join the wage slave fucking industry. You feel me? We'll say something small like, I'll say the dollar store. You know what I mean? And to make it simple, even bring it down simpler, we'll do it as like a high school fucking summer job. Just so you know, there's no complications of rent and bills and all that shit. So you work fucking whatever those things. You get to do exempt, which is cool. Yeah, because the kid's probably 16, 17. If he needs work papers in this scenario, let's give him work papers as a young teenager. All right, let's break out all the complications. Kid's working, gets a cell phone. Bam. I don't understand why you're upset at that. Seems just like materializing your way. Don't sit there and be like, I'm going to get a cell phone and then think that you're going to sit on your couch and the cell phone's just going to drop in your lap. If everybody's in if your whole family's in some sort of poor predicament, you mean one of your parents might do it for you if they feel, if they feel bad for you. You can be that type of person, but I don't know. I've always been that person that worked for it, so. I live Vaush.
Whether you're looking at people 1,000 years ago or today, right wing or left wing, whatever, that dialectical materialism would be equally applicable because it's not about what people should do. It's just a description of the way people are. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I know this was like way fucking too long, but like I had to go over this. I'm sorry. It triggers the fucking people are.
I guess. Well, so like they were saying to me, that's the two different things. The way he's predicting it is saying, damn, then shit. Her shit might seem more fucking applicable to real life than what his shit seemed. His shit saying, like, yeah, don't doubt people as what they are, but then what's the material part? You know what I mean? Then that shit is dumb. Because it did just say like, oh, people only do what they need. Nah, what? Or personal interest? I don't know. That's why I leave those people's theories to their devices, because it's almost like it's like shit you already know. You know what I mean? Like the way the left, I should say, the left atmosphere of fucking of YouTube politics is all on some old sit back and let the government, give you what you need, not knowing what that even implies. Yo, the government does not give you anything for free. There's always rules behind those shits. You know what I mean? If you break those rules, you'll be paying something hefty. You feel me? Like you scream free housing. There is not. They don't have free housing, but there is some shit where you can pay like fucking $12, $13 a fucking month for rent. You know what I mean? It's hard to get into, but there is ways. One, fucking a female with children in a shelter. They will throw you in a house real fast. How you take it from there is how you take it from there. Other than that, I really don't know how. Like, it's basically if you have a kid, you can really get into housing just like that. You know what I mean? And then for those fringe ones who do get into affordable housing through government, some sort of shit, you still living under their rule. There's no overtime. There's no saving accounts. There's no bringing money into the next. It's like, yo, it's not living. It's not living for the way that you guys want it. And that's how I see you guys as advocating for. You're advocating for everybody just, work underneath the government shining light. Like they have the best interest in for you.
Like, Vaush, you don't understand theory, whatever. But like the problem is like being told you don't understand theory from a tanky is like being told you don't understand how business works from a libertarian. It's like it's absolutely laughable. You know what I mean? But they're the people who are most.
Again, those should be two different things. That's why you ask, like, yo, do you put your theory into fucking practice, bro? Why won't you put your theory into practice? You could at fucking any time. You can sit there and fucking get yourself you could buy a fucking a condo complex with a bunch of your friends and turn it into a communist area. Holy shit. But you don't do that. You sit there and you complain about other people making fucking money elseways. And then fucking not even asking the question why. Like, why ain't people saving more? Why are people getting more money and then just blowing it? Not thinking about tomorrow. Fucking A. We're not talking about this shit. But again, we did catch that laughter, right? We caught him sitting there smirking underneath his beard and then jumped right back into the joke after she was done with it. Still not pausing or anything. Oh, it probably did, but I don't even know. I'm kind of dressed now. Can't find no weed. But this dude, Joe, on some bullshit.